Welcome back to Recording Basics with your host Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone. So, we've hit the home stretch. The hard work is done. The recording has been successful. The editing has polished things up. It's time to upload. This is going to be the truly final episode of the Basics series, and as such is likely to be a bit short. But don't think that means there's not going to be some useful info here. After all the exporting and double-checking for your own satisfaction, it's time to publish your work. Go to your YouTube page, hit the simple, easy-to-find upload button on the top right, and let's get to work. Right out of the gate, we already have a choice to make. Do we upload it to public, unlisted, private, or scheduled? Well, that all depends on what your plan is. But if it's your first time uploading ever, or if it's your first time uploading a particular series, or if you're trying out new encoding or whatever, it might be a good idea to test things out by uploading as private. Either click and choose your file, or drag the file from a folder onto the screen. I'm going to do my Recording Basics episode 1 here. Really gives you a sense of how much video recording and editing happens way before the video sees the light of day, doesn't it? No matter what viewability settings you have put, you will always have two phases to the publishing process. First, you will go through the uploading phase, and second, you will go through the processing phase. While you do need to keep this page open for the duration of the uploading phase, once it has crossed into processing and you've saved all your choices, you can close the window and walk away. The processing phase happens on YouTube servers, and is the time when your video is being converted from whatever format you uploaded into something playable on YouTube. YouTube likes things recorded into any H.264 style format, so those will tend to process the quickest. YouTube can convert pretty much any video file type, but the closer to what it prefers, the less time it takes. Even after the processing phase is done, it takes some time for YouTube to render all the possible resolutions for the video. I would suggest giving it at least an hour after processing says complete before trying to watch your video. If you just look at the video straight after upload and processing, the best you're going to see for a bit is 360p. That's obviously going to look nasty. Usually, it doesn't take terribly long for the HD resolutions to become available. I'd say an hour, but in reality it usually takes about the length of the video itself. So if you have a 10-minute video up, HD processing will be complete in probably about 10 minutes. That's by no means a guarantee, but it's a good guideline. On the right, you'll see you have the option to change it from private to the other options. Let's have a quick run through of what those are and what they do. Private means that only you will be able to see your video. It will upload and process, but nobody will be able to view it, even if they have the link. You can change to any other publishing method from private. It's a good idea if you're unsure of how your quality is going to turn out to upload it privately. That way you can see if it looks good or if it sucks when the HD processing is done. If you want to go back and do anything differently, you can recover easier if the video is private. Unlisted means that you and anyone you hand the link to may see the video, but it will not be findable by the public. YouTube won't list it on your channel, it won't come up in search results, it's functionally private but shareable. You cannot go from unlisted to scheduled. Use this option if you want to get some opinions from some of your friends before going live. Public means just that. If you set it to public and hit done, it's out there, ready for all to see. I would say it's slightly unwise to go to public immediately after the processing phase is done, because anyone who comes to see your new video will just see the crap 360p resolution until YouTube's done its invisible processing. For that we have scheduled. This is the creator's mode of choice. If you're doing a series, then you probably want to schedule it for a daily or a weekly release, or something like that. You make your own schedule when you're a creator. Scheduling a video takes away the worry of whether or not your video is going to release on time, and if you're already comfy with how YouTube processes your uploaded material, then you can choose scheduled, do all your naming and thumbnailing and keywording and playlisting and all that, save, and then close the browser window as soon as it begins processing. Just a suggestion, I'd wait until processing is at least at 1% before closing. If you get a pop-up asking if you want to stay on the page, it's not safe to leave yet. Either you forgot to save, or you need to give it a little bit more time. As you can see, I've got this scheduled for February 12th at 12 p.m. Now let's talk about the playlisting option. If you're going to make a series, it's a good idea to put it on a playlist. That way, the people who watch your content will be able to find other episodes of it easily. Organization will set you free. Always remember to add any videos you're uploading to your playlist. You can easily make a new playlist from here too. That's self-explanatory. I've got the tech stuff playlist already set up, so we're covered on that. Thumbnail. You know what a thumbnail is. I don't need to explain that to you. The generic advice for thumbnails is to make them interesting. I admit, I'm pretty lax in this department. I just slap any old title screen or logo on as a thumbnail. The only time I get creative is on my lore stuff. That's my own fault. The name of the video. There was a time once when I would have put something like Recording Basics Part 1 and been done with it. Unfortunately, that's a pretty bad idea from a marketing standpoint, and you should never dismiss the marketing. Adding in something descriptive helps, like this episode is about OBS settings. The order you put it in can make a difference too. The advice I've received is to put your unique title first and the series and episode number after that. In this case, I'm going to put OBS Settings with Recording Basics Part 1 in parentheses. The description is important. If nothing else, you can put links to your social media pages or donation links or other such things. Be as creative as you want here. I'm just going to put something like covering basic settings within OBS. The thing is, YouTube search algorithms include anything you put in any of these fields. It's not smart to make your title too terribly long, so if you have new info to add, or you want to make some sort of a statement or disclaimer about the vid, the description is the place to do it. Finally, keywords. This is perhaps one of the less weighted metrics on search results, but this is where to put any search terms you want associated with your video. Everything applies. Go nuts. Put the subject, put what type of video it is, put any and all software or characters that appear in it, put what locations you're going to. Separate the words if you like, sky's the limit. Well, the keyword limit is the real limit, but it's big, so have at it. Okay then, I think that about covers everything. We've crossed over into the processing phase long ago, and the browser lets us close the window without any kind of warnings about leaving the page once we've hit publish. You can always come back to your video manager if you want to make changes. I think that about does it. It's been a pleasure working with y'all. This concludes my Recording Basics series. Stay tuned for my Advanced series, where I will get into some of the clever ways in which you can really ramp up your output. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Once again, I am Alex, also known as Solinus Dracone. Goodbye.